Welcome back to Andersen Acres. We are in the kitchen again today, and we are going to make flour tortillas. These are a lot of fun to make, especially if you're having a taco night. I like to make them by hand. They're really easy. They don't take a lot of time, and they are quite delicious. You can also add herbs and stuff to them to give yourself a uniquely flavored flour tortilla. So let me show you how this works. First, we're going to start with 3 cups of just all-purpose flour. Yes, you can substitute whole wheat or rye in appropriate proportions if you like. If you are going to use a whole wheat or a rye, I would recommend 2 cups of white flour to 1 cup of whole wheat or rye, just so you don't end up with a dense wrap. But 3 cups of flour. Then we're going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder, not soda, powder. Give that a mix. You only need 1 teaspoon. Now we're going to add 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm using Himalayan salt. You can use any salt you like. Kosher, table salt, doesn't matter. Any salt you like. There we go. Now we're going to make a well in the middle. Add 1 cup of lukewarm water. There we go. And we're going to add some olive oil. How much olive oil? Doesn't really matter. No more than 1/3 of a cup. So we're going to add a generous amount of olive oil. Yes, generous amount, but no more than 1/3 of a cup. I would rather stop at around 1/4 cup, but you can go a little over that. That's okay. But no more than 1/3 of a cup. That looks good to me. The final ingredient is kind of the special ingredient. You want some lime juice. Yeah, I'm just using one of these. A little bit of lime juice. Not more than about a teaspoon. But you can do a little less if you want. But this really just punches up the flavor of your flour tortilla. So we're going to give that a stir. This should start to form a dough. Okay? See, it already is starting to. So we want a dough that kind of looks like a bread dough. It should be kind of elastic. It won't be totally elastic, simply because the dough hasn't rested. But still, it should resemble a bread dough. So I'm just going to get rid of my wooden spoon and start using my hands. I did take off my jewelry. So if you're going to do this and you have rings on your finger, you might want to take the jewelry off. Okay, just get in there with your hands. You don't need to do a lot of kneading or anything. This is not a yeast dough, obviously. We didn't put any yeast in here. But you do want to get it fully incorporated and roll up your sleeves so you don't get it in the dough. There we go. So just get your dough fully incorporated. It should be fairly soft. You want a soft dough. That's the point of the oil. Okay, so you should have a fairly soft, pliable dough here. Get a little tougher as you need it. You're just picking up the nonsense in the bowl. And then we're just going to get rid of the bowl. We don't need the bowl anymore. Just use a kneading motion just to fully incorporate everything. Because that's what you want. You want a smooth, uniform dough. There we go. Looking pretty good. Because you want that oil really well distributed through your dough. And it'll start to stick a little bit. That's okay. We want it to stick a little bit. Okay? A little bit of sticking is a good thing. If this dough doesn't stick a little bit, it's not quite what you want. So a little bit of sticking is okay, but it shouldn't be overly sticky. So you should feel it sticking to your hand, but it shouldn't leave behind a mess, okay, because of the oil. That's why there's that much oil in this dough. There we go. That looks good. That looks pretty good, pretty uniform. Now what we want to do is we want to cut this dough into however many tortillas we want. I am going to make 16. So this will make about 16 6 to 8 inch tortillas. So first we divide it into 4. Then each of those 4, we divide into 4 again. That'll give us 16. You can, of course, do fewer if you would like. You will get larger tortillas. I am doing smaller tortillas today, but you can make any size you like. Okay, there we go. Now we divide each 4 into 4. Okay, just like that, really easy. Now the point is you do want these quite thin. So yes, I know they look small, but that's okay. See, they look pretty small. Turn each of those into a nice little ball, and then just sit them on a mat. Silicone mat preferably, because then they won't stick. Just sit them there. Okay. We want all 16 of these laid out. If you're doing fewer, obviously you would have fewer little balls. I wouldn't do fewer than 8. If you did 8, you would probably end up with a good 12 to 14-inch tortilla. So you definitely don't want to do fewer than 8, otherwise your tortillas are going to be huge. But I'm doing 16. There we go. 1. And then what we're going to do, as soon as we're done making these into little balls, is we're going to flatten them with our hand. No big deal, very, very easy. Okay, we just squish them down with our hand. And I'll show you that in a sec. I just want to get these last 4 done. They don't have to be perfect little balls. It doesn't really matter. You're just making little balls that they can sit here for a bit. Okay. And 1 more. Okay, arrange your little balls, little tiny dough balls, and then you just want to give them a press. Just a nice quick press. You're not totally making tortillas right this second because these have to sit. Okay, so these have to sit now for at least half an hour. You can leave them for up to 2 hours if you like. Now, to prevent them from drying out, we're going to use a damp tea towel and stick that on top of them. Damp, not drenched. So this is dampened, and you just want to stretch that over them. And that'll just keep them from drying out as they sit. They're not going to rise because we don't have any yeast or anything in here. That's not the point. We have to let the dough relax. If I start right now and try to roll these out, what's going to happen is they're going to contract because the dough is not relaxed. So at least half an hour, but you can leave them sitting for up to 2 hours. So right now I'm just going to leave them. I'll come back and I'll check them in about half an hour and see if they are ready to be rolled out. If they're not, I will leave them for an additional half hour just to make sure, because you do not want to end up with dough that contracts as you're trying to roll it out. So we'll come back in about half an hour and see how they're doing. All right, it's been a full half hour, so we're just going to take this off. They're looking pretty nice. Yeah, they are pretty flexible. Not bad. So these are fine now to roll out. I'm not going to roll them. Could I use a rolling pin and roll them out here? Yes, I could. Instead, though, I am going to use this. This is a tortilla press. I will put a link in the description to a tortilla press. This is a small one. So this is a 6 to 8 incher. And what we're going to do, this is really easy to use. I'm just going to move these guys so I can lay this handle down without squishing everyone. What we're going to do is we open this up. Okay, just like that. Put some flour here so they don't stick, because you notice these are kind of sticky. So you don't want them sticking to your press. So we take our dough and put it in the middle. Drop this guy down. Then we lift our handle and we press down. Okay, it should press pretty firm, nice and hard. Open that up again. Okay. Just going to take this and turn them over. I always do this twice because sometimes when it sticks, you end up with it contracting. So I just do it twice. I flip it over and I do it again. Apply pressure. Open that up. There we go. See, I told you, I'm just doing little ones. You could do bigger ones. So you can absolutely press it again if you want. So you can press it as many times as you like. But when you're pressing, you're going to want to pick up more flour because otherwise it's going to want to stick. Okay, so you can press this as many times as you want. It's not really a big deal, but there is a limit to how thin it'll get. So you do a lot of pressure. There we go. And so there's a limit. So I'm making fairly small tortillas. Okay, so I'm not doing real big ones. And if you find they're contracting a lot, then you're going to want to let them relax a little bit more. Now, I'm not going to make you watch me press all of these. But you can also, if you'd rather, let's move him out of the way, you could roll them. So we'll just move these guys out of the way so I can do a little bit of rolling, just so you can see with rolling. Rolling is as easy as you would expect. You just get a rolling pin. Doesn't matter what kind of rolling pin. You could use a wooden one or whatever. So then you could just use your rolling pin. I'm not going to roll them. I'm going to press them in my press. But you absolutely can roll them. The thing I don't like about rolling them is they don't always go nice and neat. And sometimes your edges crinkle. I don't like that. But you can absolutely roll them instead. Okay, just like that. Now, I prefer pressing, but it's entirely up to you. You can either use the tortilla press or you can do a roll. Okay, you just want them fairly thin. So once I finish pressing each one of these will be about 8 inches in diameter, but you do need to press several times or you need to roll several times. Okay, and remember, if your dough's contracting a lot, let it sit again. So that is not very nice and neat. I'm going to do that one again. But I'm not going to do it right this second, but you get the idea. You either press them or roll them and then set them aside. Do not stack rolled tortillas that are not cooked. So if I take this tortilla and I put another tortilla on top of it, they're going to stick together. So don't do that. Okay? Don't do that. So if you want to set out all your tortillas for cooking, you do not put them on top of each other. You could lay them out in a row. You could put wax paper between them, but don't put them on top of each other just to put them on top. Don't do that. They'll stick. Because if I put this guy on top of here, he's going to stick. So don't do that. So either roll them or press them out. Do it with all 16. And once you've done all that, we will come back and I'll show you how to cook them. All right, so I have the tortillas pressed and rolled behind me. They are ready to go. You want to preheat just a skillet. Any pan you have will work fine. You do not want to add any kind of fat to it, so no margarine, no butter, nothing. You want it dry, and you want to heat it to medium high, so not super hot, but hot enough. So what we're going to do, remember, don't worry too much about trying to make your tortillas perfectly round. It's not that big a deal. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw one of our tortillas in there. There we go. We're going to leave it in there for 1 minute to 2 minutes, depending on how hot your skillet is at that time. I'm just going to set a 2-minute timer just so it doesn't go over that. But you can obviously take it off before if you have to. That's not that big a deal. And you can roll or press some other ones while you're waiting. We're just letting that cook. So 1 to 2 minutes, not more than that. You don't want to burn it. The bottom should have some a little bit of browning, but not too much. You don't want it to get crispy. Not yet. You can crisp them up later if you want, if that's what you're aiming for. But right now you don't want to get them crispy. You just want them to be good enough to serve as flour tortillas. So at least 1 minute, maybe up to 2 minutes. Okay, so you do want to check that you're getting some browning. And then we'll flip it, and then we'll cook for 30 seconds to 1 minute on the second side. Again, you'd want a little bit of browning, not a ton. Okay? So not a whack ton of browning, but enough. There we go. I'm just pressing a couple of more behind the camera because I can. It's really easy with a tortilla press, not a big deal. So if you hear any clunking, that's the sound of the tortilla press. So let's just take a look. Okay, it looks good on the one side. So you want it about like that. You want some browning, but not a ton. So then we're just going to leave it for, 40 seconds or so on the second side. Really easy to do. Remember, you don't have to worry too much. They don't need to be perfectly round. These are homemade tortillas. It doesn't matter. Not a big deal. Just check a little bit more. And they do cook really fast. They are thoroughly cooked because they're so thin. So in total, this is about a 2-minute cook time right now because my pan is pretty hot. So they look like that on the other side. Then you just want to slide them into a container or really anything. You might have a tortilla warmer. I'm using my Christmas container because I can. And put a lid on it so they don't dry out. So then you want to get your second tortilla, or whichever number you're on, and get that one on the pan. And same deal. About a minute on the first side. I set timers so they don't go over. But about a minute on the first side, maybe a little more than that, maybe a little less than that on the second. You don't want to cook too much. You don't want them super, super cooked. Okay, you don't want them crispy. All right, if you can feel the crispness of them, then they are too crispy. Get rid of that. Just pressing a couple more. So you do want to, they do have some air bubbles in them, so you'll see some bubbling here. I'm not going to make you watch all of them. I'll just do 2. So you'll see some air bubbles. That's a good thing. That means they are nicely cooked. And I'm going to give it about another 20 seconds or so on that side. Remember, you do want some browning, not a ton of browning. So you're looking around a 2-minute cook time. Just turning my heat down a little. You're going to have to kind of play around with the heat because every stove is a little bit different. There we go. There we go. And then just let it cook on the other side. But you do want to make sure you keep the cooked tortillas covered immediately so that they don't dry out, because that is a real problem sometimes, that they'll dry out on you, and you definitely don't want that. Because if they dry out, then they're difficult to bring back. You can by putting them in a pan with some oil or some butter and then cook them up that way, and that'll help re-soften them a little bit. But really, you really should make sure you don't overcook them in the first place. Ow. Yeah, you shouldn't use your bare hands, but sometimes you do it anyway. And these are just flour tortillas. I will do another video on how to make corn tortillas. The corn tortillas are particularly lovely. I like them anyway. But around here, a lot of people like flour tortillas, so that's what we're going with. All right, I'm just going to take this off. That's the other side. Pop that in there. And that's basically what they should look like once they're cooked. So I'm going to continue on, but I'm going to stop the video. You don't need to sit here and watch me flip endless amounts of tortillas, but that's what they look like. Handmade flour tortillas. Remember, you can make larger sizes if you want, or you can make smaller sizes. These also make excellent small pizza crusts, nice thin crispy crust. So you can use them for that as well. Thanks for joining us here at Andersen Acres today. I hope you will try making some flour tortillas on your own. They are delicious and fun and so much better than store-bought. We'll see you tomorrow.